Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share it to your folks. What's stopping you? Seriously, what's stopping you? Ask yourself. It's just one button, 1 second. Not even a second. Do that for your boy. Support black business. I was going to do this after DreamCon, where I could take more time to make a bigger picture and a bigger video, expanding more individuals revolving around this mindset. But after recent events, I said, fuck it. Let's talk about Lupe Fiasco. For those who aren't familiar with Lupe Fiasco, let me give you a quick breakdown. Lupe Fiasco is a rapper from Chicago who, in the mid-2000s, has had a great amount of success considering the content he was making. In an era of 50 Cent's, Lil Wayne's, T.I.'s, and Jeezy's, his introspective and social commentary in his raps as well as his lyrical performances, you wouldn't think he would have a great amount of success, but he managed to. With hit songs like Kick Push, Superstar, with two phenomenal albums, Food and Liquor and The Cool, Lupe has some stroke and some longevity, and he continues to create albums to this day. Crazily enough, a lot of people will claim that Lupe Fiasco was Kendrick Lamar before Kendrick Lamar. There's a reason I said that. We'll dive more deep into that later. With label troubles with Atlantic that he's been very vocal about throughout the whole years, as well as the failure of Lasers, he kind of fell out of the spotlight. That didn't stop him from making albums. In fact, as he progressed through the years, his lyrical performance became a lot more abstract than his first two albums, which tends to cause a mixed reaction between his fan base. Some people enjoy the more in-depth lyricism, others are getting tired of having to decipher every song and every line in order to enjoy it. Now myself, I am a huge Lupe Fiasco fan. I've always enjoyed his music for the most part. The Cool is one of my favorite albums and obviously one of the most influential albums to my rap style and my rap career. When it comes to actual rapping ability, Lupe Fiasco is in my top 5 if not top 3. And I've enjoyed his more abstract albums, Drill Music in Zion, Drill Goss Waves, Texas and Youth. The list goes on. He's still put out incredible albums. His music is still incredible and his lyrical ability cannot be denied. I love his music. But him as a person, yeah, that's what we need to talk about. Lupe Fiasco has been on a press run this year, or in his terms, a pressure to run. I'm not gonna give you the timeline of everything that happened bit by bit, but I'm gonna give you the highlights of what's been going on up until now. What kicked it off, what always kicks it off for Lupe in the past 14 years since Control, Kendrick Lamar. He said something about Kendrick Lamar, and content creators start responding to those comments. KoalaTea being one of them, even making a video talking about how hyper-technicality ain't gonna sell records. Lupe didn't take kindly to that, jumped on this man's live, and then we got the viral video of them going back and forth. My 2 cents of the whole back and forth between them, it was a choice to listen to most of the time, and it's all because of Lupe. Lupe was definitely trying to emasculate, demean, and humiliate KoalaTea. It was getting more and more frustrated the more he realized that he was failing at that plan. Most of the time, KoalaTea didn't even take him seriously, even showing off merch whenever he was on his condescending rants, just joking around and all the other stuff. And Lupe was getting hella frustrated. It's no wonder that even after the interview, Lupe is still talking shit about Koala and going off on him. It also was revealed that he has an issue with Jay Nolan for some reason. That man don't bother nobody. I don't know why you still having that. Then, possibly understanding that he came off horrible in that KoalaTea back and forth, the Culture United interview came about. Now I'm a fan of the company, man, but you could definitely tell based on the participants as well as the whole interview being structured, it was biased. They was protecting Lupe, and I'm disappointed in Justin Hunt for even taking part in that. There was times where he could have been challenged and should have been challenged, and they said nothing and let him continue with his narrative. There was times where he got disrespectful for no reason or no good reason, and they let it slide. But it did give me a deeper look into Lupe's psyche and how he felt, which I'll explain later. But the Culture United interview was one of the reasons why I decided to make this video now and not wait. The second reason of me making this video, the issue with ABSA. You probably never heard about it, because while it's getting more, notoriety recently, the issue stemmed from over a year ago. Now the genesis of the issues stemmed from ABSA making a video talking about Lupe's decision to collaborate with the MIT to use MI to write and perform rap music. Understandably, everybody was pissed at that choice. Lupe responded, asking to have a conversation with her. Apparently, when Lupe was asked about it recently on the Jason and Skip interview, he said that she directly called the MIT to expose him on his online behavior, which got him in trouble. Then proceeded to call her a lying bitch and fuck that lady and so and so and so and so. Very classy, Mr. MIT, by the way. Now, ABSA came with the receipts. Now, while it is true that Lupe wanted a debate and that she did call MIT, the reasoning for it is very different. The reasoning for it was so ABSA can set up a formal academic debate, because she wanted to make a topic larger than what Lupe was doing. She wanted to make a topic about AI use in music, period. Now, this is how it's supposed to go. When there's two professionals that have a conflict and have a topic they want to discuss, an academic debate is set up with a moderator just so that the scene and the arguments don't overwhelm each other and nobody's yelling over each other. Kind of like what Lupe does in his lives when arguing with people. But apparently, Lupe did get in trouble, but not because she was trying to expose how he acts, but more so that MIT themselves discovered his online persona. Now, with all that has happened, this is my issue with Lupe, because it all has a recurring theme: his fragile, narcissistic ego. And I don't like to throw that term lightly, but Lupe is filling all the traits in. He thinks too highly of himself. He reminds me, he's Jimmy Neutron. Y'all know Jimmy Neutron. Y'all watched Nickelodeon growing up. All my millennials and over. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The big-headed kid who was a boy genius and creates all these stuff that technically should become a use for the town, but also cause all these problems because he's too smart for his own good, and according to him, but in actuality, he doesn't even know how to operate in a social setting because he feels like he's too smart. Do y'all remember that episode when Jimmy, Carl, and Sheen decided to get a job at a fast food restaurant, and Jimmy was doing the worst out of everybody because Jimmy kept trying to do the most because he felt like he's too smart for a job? Meanwhile, Carl and Sheen, who are regular or even below average intelligence, succeed because they understand how to move around a social setting. That's Lupe Fiasco. As I'm listening to the issues that he has with Tribe Called Quest, as well as the whole situation with the Bay Hive, I'm starting to look at it from a perspective of, why couldn't you just call them and talk to them? When you said what you said about Tribe Called Quest, yes, Vibe is fucked up for you releasing that literally later after you did the whole homage, but you also went to the homage saying, knowing that you said that in the interview. Why didn't you communicate that with him and try to save face beforehand, not when after it was dropped, and wonder why Q-Tip had issue with you? Why didn't you work to reconcile that? The whole thing with Beyonce, if you was just at Jay-Z and Beyonce's house, why didn't you tell them? And if you did tell them, why does it matter if the whole fan base got issue with it, if the people that was addressed know that it was a bunch of bullshit? I'm just noticing a reoccurring pattern with his ego, how he's too prideful for certain things. And then we get to his fan base is where he shows an obvious clear resentment to him because he feels like he's done so much sacrifice for them to give him such mixed reactions across the fan base. He still has supporters, but he feels like he deserves more. He feels like he deserves to be seen like a Kendrick Lamar, like he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize or something like that. Hint, hint. I don't think he's jealous of Kendrick Lamar. I think he looks at Kendrick Lamar as something that he should have been. And he blames the fan base, he blames the industry, and he directs it towards Kendrick Lamar because he feels like he's above Kendrick Lamar. And he feels like if he had the things that Kendrick Lamar would, he would be seen as Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick is a lucky person, not knowing that Kendrick Lamar deserves where he's at and is a high-tier lyricist in his own right. Even though Lupe may be the better technical rapper, he is, but that's not going to matter when you can't make music that people digest to and you don't want to. That's the sacrifice that you choose to make. What Lupe needs to do, even at 45, is take the advices of his martial arts masters and learn to know thyself and stay humble. Be honest with yourself. Take a time off. Relax. Don't engage. Look in the mirror real quick. Lupe, if you're watching this, I don't know if you are. You might not watch it. You might will watch it because I'm a rapper too, and you're probably going to use this as a way to demean me as well. Or you're probably not going to see it. Either or. Don't care. My advice to you, I know you don't want to take my advice, but my advice to you is, dude, just get off the internet and just kind of reflect a little bit. Like, Understand, if you got told by MIT about your behavior, that's a good time to change your behavior. And if you know you have that type of behavior, don't put yourself in circumstances when that behavior can show. Develop humility. You are an incredible rapper. You are still one of my favorites when it comes to music, but as a person, and I don't want to compare you to Michael Jordan, because even though when it comes to lyrics, yeah, you're on that tier, like Michael Jordan with basketball, but Michael Jordan is an asshole in real life. You don't want to become Michael Jordan. There's still time to kind of start making a difference in trying to fix things and apologize to people. If you like fix things with ABSA, genuinely give a genuine apology to ABSA. If you don't want to talk to Koala, just don't even address Koala anymore. Fix things with Jay Nolan, like Jay Nolan reached out to you in his video. Fix things with him, and learn how to conduct yourself better. You're 45. I don't say that as a way to shame older people, but as an elder and as an OG, we do expect a little more better from you, because you should know better to not act so childish. That petty shit's for the young niggas and the college girls. You're Lupe Fiasco. And I'm saying this with love, because I'm still one of your fans. But I can speak for a lot of genuine ones when I say that from the stage, you are booing at the stands. Because I know you feel the world is out to get you, and they won't give you a chance.
Fine with losing battles, long as the wars run, risk and misses, in order to greatly score some. Some are there when you're springing, but who stays when your fall comes? Don't love the root, don't know what to do when it's autumn. For whom the bell tolls, for us that's why I'm blurting truth. These ain't for your eyes only, but for the world to view. No shade to Jamaica.